everybody, and welcome to our webinar this evening. It looks like we have a very small group of us who are going to be joining me for Twitter this evening. So welcome to you all. Congratulations on your new online shops. I'm not quite sure where you are with Twitter, but this evening we'll give you a nice, good overview and up-to-date information about Twitter and also where to go and find some extra information, certain pages to follow, some top statistics, and so on, just so that you can determine whether the products in your shop are suitable to be promoting on Twitter. So without further ado, I will continue. Just to introduce myself as Odette Butcher, I'm the Ready-Made Mentor at Ready-Made Stores. Just to include as well the different social media handles for Ready-Made Stores. As a group, we have pulled out all of the stops to try to bring to you all the up-to-date information that we can, that we feel is relevant for where everyone is at Ready-Made Stores. You can go and find us on your favorite social media platform, which is on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and we also have a YouTube channel where we upload on-screen recordings of different techniques or tasks that we are doing within our own online shop that you might be interested to add and apply within yours. So please do go and follow Ready-Made Stores online. Today we're going to be chatting about Twitter to market your business, how to use Twitter ads, how to set up a Twitter campaign, audience and branding, keeping this in mind, as well as just some other interesting tips and tricks and statistics, etc. So at present, there are 192 million daily active users on Twitter. 63% of all Twitter users worldwide are between the ages of 35 and 65. The ratio of female to male Twitter users is roughly 1 to 2% females, 34% female, and 66% male. Of these users will search for the brands that have filtered through their feed. By using Twitter as a marketing tool for your business, you will broaden your brand reach, provide further information of your product or service to potential customers, and allow your customers to interact with you. When you're on Twitter, you want to really be thinking about your audience and your branding. So it's predominantly male, and it's also very US centric. And the age is 35 to 65, which is very interesting. Ensure that your creatives are eye-catching and enticing, and use 30 to 60-second videos. That's also doing very well on Instagram right now. I also have here a step-by-step guide on how to create a Twitter ad campaign, and we are going to go through that together instead of the slides. This is just to update you, reminders about our profile, our branding, and our target audience, in that building your brand identity is imperative when it comes to promoting your product or service, as well as ensuring that you keep your target market in mind when making these decisions. Your brand identity is essentially the essence of your business. Think design, typography, psychoanalysis, or color, logo, business strategy, and most importantly, your target audience. Your target audience is the niche group of individuals who are most likely to purchase your product or use your service. Your branding needs to represent and identify your business. It needs to promote your brand. It needs to be very accentuate your brand. You need to be using your logo, resize your logo to fit properly into the little image area. Twitter and Instagram have a very small little place where you can put your logo. So you need to get a square logo for that and ensure that absolutely everything that you are posting is high quality and not pixelated. Some content ideas on what you might like to post. Thinking predominantly male, US-centric, ages 35 to 65. You could have introductory posts about the business, introducing the business, coming soon teaser content, enticing people to the page, to the shop. Remember that when we are posting products and sales content, it should be 80% informational and 20% salesy. Remember, our social media feeds are all about our customers and our followers. It's not about us punting our products all the time and being spammy, although it's very nice to see how subtle some of the e-commerce platforms do it so well. You might also want to think about customer reviews to include posts as well as video reviews. Video reviews are quite a big one. Video demo content about the product or the service. So maybe have little Instagram sort of short reel type of things going up about the products, what the ins and outs, how they're made, demonstrate how to use them, and that applies for our services as well. Content repurposing is really, really handy and also time saving. Content repurposing is a reminder that's when you take some information from another page that is credible and it's getting good traction. And what you can do is you can manipulate it and repurpose it onto your page with a shout out to the other page, whether it be a person or a business profile. Think about asking some engaging content related questions, some announcements about new ventures, trending content, and unwrapping inspiration, aspiration, and motivation, but not too deep, as well as frequently asked questions and or unique selling points. So you have about 12 different topics there that you can alternate, maybe 6 this week and 6 next week, and so on. Let's be aware when we are creating Twitter campaigns, Instagram, Facebook, Google Ads, LinkedIn, any type of campaign, we need to choose our objective. Is it about awareness, consideration? Is it about conversion? And there we go. Awareness is about reach. Consideration is about reach, video views, pre-roll views, app installs, site clicks, engagements, and followers. Conversion is about getting people to convert on your site based on various events. It's not necessarily, although hopefully, the end objective for all of us is that they complete a sale. But most importantly, it's that they are taking certain action on your site. And that could be downloading something, submitting an email address. It could be making a selection, adding it to basket, basket to checkout, checkout to order. Those are all different events that equal a conversion of sorts when we are looking at our analytics. This is a really nice log to have handy, which we are just going to go through together now. Just explains it really, really well. Why should you use Twitter for business? Twitter isn't just a social media platform for people to communicate with friends and family. In today's world, it is used to spread the news as the information is received much faster on this platform than on any other media channels. It has even come to the point where major news companies report breaking news citing information from Twitter. Furthermore, Twitter makes it possible to create and distribute ads that will appear in users' newsfeed. Consider how fast the information can spread on this platform. It can be a very effective instrument for promotion. 330 million active monthly users, 145 million daily users, and I'm going to read some updated statistics as well. 54% of users said that they search for brands after seeing them in tweets. 85% of small and medium businesses use Twitter to provide customer service. And that is very interesting because oddly enough, I noticed that Twitter seems like a bizarre place for e-commerce platforms to be. I don't know. For me, it's just weird. And yet, when you go onto Twitter, and I'll show you now, some of South Africa's top e-commerce platforms are on there, like Superbalist and Takealot and Woolworth. And that's exactly what they are actually using Twitter for. It makes so much sense to provide customer service because let's say someone gets a box that is damaged or goods that are damaged, they go straight to Twitter. And you can see that they are helping the customers on Twitter. So I thought that that was very interesting. If you are familiar with putting ads together, everything is very similar. Obviously, the dashboards, the user experience is different, But I have noticed over the years that the dashboards are becoming very similar, and it's the same with Twitter. So it's all quite self-explanatory. Set up a Twitter ads account using Twitter ads. When you start advertising your products and services, you're required to create a Twitter account. It is quite easy to set up, so don't worry if you've never used Twitter before. And that's where we mentioned the branding, etc. Once set, your country and time zone preference cannot be changed. This information will be used to determine your billing currency, counting, reporting, and any applicable taxes. So it's really important to choose the correct country and the time zone that your Twitter account is based in, which is where you are based in. Your bidding and billing currency is US dollars. Let's go. Then you would choose a goal, engagements, conversions, or awareness. Okay. And there you have it all here. Tweet engagements, promoted video views, awareness, followers, re-engagements, etc. Stream video views, website clicks or conversions. It's very, very self-explanatory. And I love the visuals as well, just to help those of us who are more visual than learning through reading. Simple, there's your campaign name, the funding source, your daily budget. Take it easy at all times. You have a start, date, and time, end time, and then you would set up a Twitter ad group. Ad groups are created within the ad campaign to target specific audiences or run test campaigns for the budgets and timing. So you will need to define the amount of money that you are willing to pay for each interaction with your ads. This divides into two bid types, automatic and maximum bids. Choosing the automatic bids option, you will allow Twitter to automatically decide how much money will be spent on interacting with your ads. However, choosing maximum bids, you will determine the price for engaging with your ads. Selecting the second option, you are more likely not to spend all of your budget within the first few minutes. There's the ad group details, targeting, creatives, very self-explanatory. Make sure that the names of your ads are set up properly so that they are unique and that they relate to the campaign that you were working on. I've noticed over the years more and more how important it is, like bank references, to get those right, because it just makes it so much easier when we are navigating through piles and piles of information, especially in our archives. Here it's recommending that you go for a maximum bid, which means you will determine the price for engaging with your ads. Selecting the second option, you are more likely not to spend all of your budget within the first few minutes. So we have to be, careful with what we are bidding for. You would make your creatives. After creating your ad campaign and making an ad group, the next step is to design the creatives which will be seen by the users. And remember that we are using Canva for that. And that is very affordable. I think at 12 US dollars a month. They also have a free version. And we do discuss Canva in all of our, and we really promote them. We're not making any money from it, but it's just such great value for money. Okay. So in other words, creatives are Twitter ads. They usually include a picture and some text together with it. There are two types of creatives you can choose from: organic tweets and promoted tweets. Let's see what sets them apart from each other. So an organic tweet, any tweet you have in your Twitter profile, can be used as a promotional instrument. To do this, you just choose an existing tweet and click the promote your tweet button. If you are an active Twitter user and post lots of tweets, it can be hard to choose which one is better to use for promotion. Luckily, Twitter has a useful analytics tool that can help you. And I know that Instagram has this as well. So when you are looking at the Instagram ads within the business dashboard, it will actually display to you organic posts that you have placed, which are performing, or have, should I say, performed extremely well. And it will suggest to you that maybe you want to boost one of those ads that did so well. And sometimes it's very surprising to see how an ad is actually doing. It might surprise you, especially when you see how much work you always allocate to putting your ads together. And there it says how to use it. To use it, go to the analytics feature and click on the tweet activity. Here you'll be provided with the information about how people interact with your tweets. select tweets and replies to see tweets and their data. So this is all about the insights made available to you on Twitter. Promoted tweets are paid ads that are shown to Twitter users who are following your account. They look just like regular tweets, except they have a small label with the word promoted. There are 2 steps to launching this particular type of advertisement. Let's start with the first. Creating a website card. Before creating the ad campaign, click on the Creatives feature and select the cards option. In the pop-up window, select the Select Card button and choose Website Card. And then you would need to fill in the following fields. So all of this information is all within the back end of Twitter. We're going to go and look now. It's all self-explanatory, and you have this really great blog to keep in hand when you are looking to set up your Twitter ads. And of course, there's also quite a lot of information online as well. And I'm going to give you the details for the further Twitter learning as well. We would choose the ad placement. Remember to carefully choose where your ad will be shown. You can select all of the options, but this will lead to the rise in the cost of your ad campaign. That's giving you an idea on users' timelines, profile and tweet detail pages, search results, and so on. Now it's asking you to choose the right audience. The options for choosing an audience are almost limitless, as there are options such as location, gender, age, language, device, keywords, interest, events, behavior, etc. Note that the more options you choose, the more specific and narrow the targeted audience will be. Review your settings and launch the Twitter ad campaign. Double check all the settings before posting your advertisement. Here is your final chance to make any changes to this. Go to the Review and Complete tab. And here it is, the final step after you've finished reviewing your campaign. All that is left to do is click the Launch Campaign button, and your ad group is ready to go. So, as I mentioned, we are going to go and look at the dashboard within our Twitter account, which is a dormant account. We do schedule and post daily as often as we can, but we are certainly not placing any ads on there, as our following is basically on Instagram. Always important when we are running any ad campaign is to be analyzing the results of the campaign, to include total spend, total impressions, and also number of Twitter engagements, as well as cost per engagements. So this is a very handy article to keep, and that means that we can skip a few of these slides here. Before we go back in, I quite like to just go through all of the theory first. So when you are preparing ad text, some more reminders: less is more. Don't overcomplicate it. If you're anything like me, generally speaking, I will overcomplicate something for a very long time, but eventually land up with a very simple version. I certainly do not start at the simple version, and I look forward to the day to when I do, because it seems to take me a long time to reach the point of complete simplicity. But that is what I have learned with copywriting for my ads. Less is more. Don't overcomplicate it. Be really direct, super, and just simple and factual. Don't be too wordy. Solve a problem. That's what we need to be doing in business, is solving a problem. Get your wording right. Entice people. How can you shine amidst all of the others? You want to be shining out between the ads wherever you're placing them so that you get noticed. So how are you going to do that? So keep in mind your objectives, calls to actions, be clear and direct people to the correct landing page, and also complete your ads comprehensively. It really does look obvious on Google, and I know it's because it's my obsession, but you can see which ads have been completed correctly as per the textbook, and those that have just been rushed and plonked onto Google. Guess which one I'm going to click on? I'm going to click on the one that has been completed correctly. Monitoring of analytics is very important. As I said, your main aim is to ensure that your total campaign engagement and impressions are relatively high in relation to your campaign reach. High engagement means a better return on investment. Remember, it's all about statistics. You need 100 people on your site before you're going to make a sale, generally speaking. It's probably about 1 out of 100. Total spend once the campaign is complete is very important. Cost per click, total engagement, and impressions. There are a couple of tips and tricks to improve campaign results. Disable campaigns with no to low engagement. Promote multiple tweets in a campaign. Always use attractive creatives. Keep in mind your objectives at all times. Keep in mind your audience. Optimize your ads. Really, really important. Recruit influencers who can retweet your content. Create a mobile targeted ad only. Remember that 85% of all of our sales are going through mobile handsets. Mobile is super, super important. Create a desktop targeted ad only. Play around with your budget. Ask yourself why if the ad underperforms. Get into the nitty gritty of your ads. For me, it's actually quite interesting. It's like a game or a competition. That's how I see it anyway. And here we go. We have just gotten into the Celestial Gifts Ad Manager account. I'm going to share with you now. So here we are within the Celestial Gifts dashboard, and this is what it looks like. Don't let it overwhelm you. And this is where you would be setting up your campaigns, would be for all of your creatives, all of the images that you're going to be adding to your posts. So you would add those in there, where it's quite nice to be organized before you start placing ads. Get all of your creatives together, upload them into the media gallery, have your call to action, have your copywriting done, have all of your keywords and all of your competitors at hand, have that available. And then you have your analytics based on the account that will give you a bit of feedback there. Tweet activity, that's the analytics that you'll read there. Video activity, your ads editor. You can go in and edit all of the ads. You can also import ad. There are your audiences. You can even go and create an audience, upload a list of your customers, create an audience of your website visitors who do specific actions such as visiting a page, app activity, and so on. So when you're uploading a list of your customers, that is what we call remarketing. Website activity, so create an audience of your website visitors that is retargeting. So that's within tools, conversion tracking. Introducing universal website tags. There's no need to create a new website tag for each conversion. You can now use one tag to track as many conversion events as you want. So you would generate a website tag for conversion tracking, and this would then be put onto your website. Okay, so that means that it can track what people are doing on your website. But remember, all of this is relevant if what you are selling is relevant for the audience on Twitter. And there is our login page, and you have profile there, newsletters, Twitter ads, analytics, media studio, that's all there. So we're going to pop in that way. Same dashboard. I'm going to go back and show you in the profile for professionals. So there's lots of things in there for small businesses to try.